is my Yamaha AE-18 from 1974, going on the, I can't quite see the serial number in this light. I've had it for about a year and a half. I'm not a big jazz player. The main reason I wanted this was because I own an SG 2000 as well as an SA 2000, and I thought an AE 2000 would be a good addition to my collection. I also want a BB 2000 as well, but I think I'm being a bit greedy, and I don't want to pay the money for what those go for. Not being a bass player, I can't really justify probably what they're worth. But yeah, so I wanted an AE 2000. I quite like playing. When I was at finishing school and college, I played a little bit of jazz for performances, like jazz standards. All that jazz. And every now and then I'll sit down and do a bit of it. I don't really teach much jazz, so I don't need this guitar. But I saw it for sale, and it was quite close. And the fellow that was selling it also had an SA 50, which I quite fancied the look of as well, which I'll do a video at some point in the future. And I gave in and messaged him and arranged. I got a deal on both, really, knocked me a bit of money off off both of them. But yeah, a year and a half, and it mainly lives in my living room. I can't imagine that I'll really be gigging with this guitar, unless maybe a wedding gig comes up or a school performance. Maybe I could dig it out for. But it is immaculate, really, for its age. So yeah, I think it's probably going to just be something that I play for fun. I quite like just noodling around, as I say, without plugging it in. I did a little demo there of using just a Fender twin amp with some reverb on the different pickups. The pickups, the bridge pickup does seem a little bit weak, so that might be worth changing at some point in the future. But as I say, this is probably just for fun. So I've not really done much to this guitar, other than when I got it, it didn't have the scratch plate. So I quite painstakingly looked at images on the internet and managed to trace out the exact shape. And then basically the guy that works on my guitars, he's put this together and actually done the binding for the scratch plate. The other thing that I had done was, as well, it had an original kind of jazz bridge. Sorry, not original to the guitar, but more consistent to what like an L5 Gibson bridge would have, a wooden one. I've put it back to this original bridge, which I don't know if you can see there. It's some kind of, I want to say, a plastic of some description, but I quite like the sound of it. So as I say, originally I wanted an SE 2000, which was the model that took over from, I believe so, from the AE-18. There is a AE-11, which is a lower spec model than this. I think mainly, I'm not sure if it's got dots instead of block inlays, but I think it doesn't have gold hardware. Back to the SA 2000, sorry, I'm going backward and forward. The main difference that I noticed was that I don't think the top is as carved out, and also this trapeze tailpiece. On the AE 2000, it's got more of a swirling metal kind of pattern, whereas this has got this really nice, very unique kind of leather bound, stamped. It's got a little symbol on there, and it's also stamped Nippon Gaki. I always want to say Nikon. Yeah, that's essentially the guitar. Plays really nice. Intonates really good up the neck. The only thing that I'm not too keen on is, and I don't know if you can see that on camera, but the binding, sorry, where the strings sit is very close to the edge of the fretboard. So I find that sometimes, especially when I first pick it up, because my Yamahas play so well, not that this doesn't, but I find that I want to push it off the fretboard a little bit. But I think after about 10 minutes or so, I kind of get used to the right amount of pressure to apply, and I seem to not really struggle after a while. It's just when I come back. So I think that's about it. As I say, it's immaculate. To say its age, I don't know if it's lived in a case. The frets look really in great condition. So I think it has probably been very really played, and it came with a really good hard case as well, which is original as well. Stamp. Nippon. As I say, I want to get it wrong every time. The only thing that I'm not really a fan of are these tuners. I took these apart and cleaned them up with like WD-40, let them dry, and I've got some grease, which I can't remember what kind of grease it is, but just applied a little bit, and it is definitely smoother than it was originally, but yeah, there's a little bit of play, and I don't know what you could do other than replacing them, but I don't really want to change them from original because they're stamped Yamaha, and they're quite pretty. There's a little bit of damage there on the binding where my finger is, where it's just cracked a little bit, but it's discoloured really great as well. It's kind of like this tortoise shell kind of up and down the neck. I don't think that's intentional because it's not on this side. It's got a groovy little recess part here where the neck meets the body as well. Yeah, I think that's about it really. So I own quite a few Yamaha guitars, ranging from the 70s. I think some of the newest ones are like late 2000s. So I've got about, I don't know how many guitars I've got, but I'll be doing a video on all of them really. I thought this would be useful for some people because when I was originally looking at this, there wasn't any decent or newer high quality videos, so I'm hoping this is okay on my iPhone. But yeah, my plan is to go through my guitar collection, which is mainly Yamaha, and mainly from the 70s and 80s, and do a little bit of a demo and just talk about them, why I like them. I think this is at the beginning of where Yamaha were really coming up with some really, this is meant to be a Gibson, it's inspired or copied from a Gibson L5, so what would a 1974 Gibson L5 cost you? And Yamaha tried to make their guitars better. So yeah, I think the money that I spent, although I shouldn't have spent it because I don't need this guitar, but it is lovely and I'm glad I've got it. If I ever wanted to buy a Gibson L5 from the same year, I think I'd have to remortgage the house. Anyway, I'll be doing some more videos on my guitars, so if this is something that you found interesting, give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, bye.